What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tom here with Tom Ria Sports, and we're back with our weekly NFL spread picks. Thursday's games already happened. We covered those a few days ago. If you want to go back and take a look, Thursday is not our specialty, just a heads up, so probably best if you avoid it. But let's get right to Sunday's games. Raiders, Falcons. Raiders are 3-point favorites on the road. I'm picking the Raiders. They're vying for a playoff spot. Falcons with an ugly loss versus the Saints last week, coming off a bye. I really like the Raiders here. They played well against the Chiefs again last week, and I think they're fighting for something. So I think they got to come in. They got to win this game handily on the road. I think they do just that. Chargers, Bills. Bills 4.5-point favorites at home. Looks like the weather will be decent there in Buffalo. I'm taking the Bills to cover here. Chargers defense is not good. Their offense is very good, so they'll score some points. Probably will be a pretty high-scoring game. Looking at the over in this one, but I'm taking the Bills to win and cover. Giants, Bengals. Giants win this game, and they're in first place in the division, which is pretty crazy to say. Going up against the Bengals without Joe Burrow, 6-point favorites on the road. Giants usually keep things pretty close, but I think coming off a bye, they know what's at stake. I think they get a very convincing win here by around 10 to 14 points, so I'm going to pick them to win and cover. Titans, Colts, one of the best games of the weekend. Colts are 3-point favorites at home. Both teams 7-3 in the division. Colts got the better of the Titans a few weeks ago in their first matchup. Winner of this game will take sole possession of first place. I'm taking the Colts. I think they really proved a lot to me last week versus Green Bay, putting up over 30 points. Great second half comeback. Defense will play better, I think, than they did last week, and I think they get the victory. Panthers, Vikings. This game will be interesting. I believe Thielen's out of this game. I'm not 100%, but I don't think he's playing. 3-point favorites at home. Bridgewater's back, making his return to Minnesota. I'm going to take the Panthers to cover. Money line, I'm not sure here, but I'm going to take the Panthers to cover the 3-point difference. Cardinals, Patriots. Cardinals 2-point favorites on the road in New England. Cardinals have the best rush offense in the league. Patriots, one of the worst rush defenses, and their pass defense hasn't looked good the last couple weeks either. I'm taking the Cardinals here. I know Kyler has a little bit of a shoulder thing, but I think they win this game convincingly. Again, in another tough division, they got to get wins like this. So Cardinals win and cover. Dolphins, Jets. Dolphins 7-point favorites on the road. This is a really tough one to pick because I don't even know who's starting at quarterback for the Dolphins. I know Darnold's back for the Jets, which will definitely give them a boost. I heard Tua is questionable, which is odd because the game is literally tomorrow. So I don't know who's been the QB1 in practice. I don't know what's going on. I haven't done much research on it. I would guess Fitzpatrick's probably going to start. I'm going to take the Jets to cover. I actually think this is a game they could win, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Not too sure on that, but I am pretty sure the Jets cover the 7-point difference here. Browns, Jaguars. Browns 7-point favorites in Jacksonville. It looks like Jaguars are going with Mike Glennon, I believe. Doug Marrone's on his last licks. There's going to be a lot of open coaching spots. Jacksonville should be one of them. I think Browns win this game. I think they also cover here. Pretty convincing win. They run all over that lowly Jags defense and improve to 8-3. Saints, Broncos. Taysom Hill getting the start once again. Saints at 8-2, 6-point favorites in Denver. I'm not sold on the Broncos. I mean, thought they were really bad. They proved me a little bit wrong last week with a big win. Again, shout out to the guy who threw that comment and predicted them. That was impressive. But I'm not going for it twice. I'm taking the Saints and the over here. I think there'll actually be more points scored. But I think Saints defense has a big night or a big afternoon, and Saints get a convincing road victory. 49ers, Rams. This is a pretty tough game to call, actually, just because Niners beat the Rams earlier this year. They're coming off a bye week, I believe, and they're getting a little bit healthier. Rams 7-3 though at home, 7-point favorites. I think they just cover it, 6.5, but I think they just cover it. I think it's going to be tough to watch because if they don't get any run game going, they're going to have to do what they did last week, and we'll see if they can do that 2 weeks in a row as far as effective passing. And Goff threw the ball, 50 times last week, something like that. So If he can do that, I mean, they'll win this game easily, but it might be close if Niners defense steps up. We'll see what happens, but I like the Rams here. Chiefs, Buccaneers, the game of the weekend for sure, at least on paper. Buccaneers coming off a tough loss versus the Rams. Defense played okay, had many chances to win. It was probably Brady's second or third worst game of the year other than his games versus the Saints. Chiefs 9-1, clear-cut best team in football right now. But guess what? You got to go bold this time of year. I like the Bucs coming off a L. I think they're going to play big. I think they're coming out with something to prove, and I think they cover the spread. I don't know if they're going to win. I'm not going to get that bold on you guys, but I'm taking the Bucs to cover the 3.5 point spread, or to beat the 3.5 point spread, excuse me. Again, go with your own risk, go at your own will, but I'm taking Tampa here. And then the Sunday night game, Bears, Packers. Mitch Trubisky getting the start. Bears coming off of a bye week, I believe, and Packers 7-3. Tough loss versus Indy. They're 10-point favorites at home. You gotta ride with the boldness. I'm taking the Bears to cover. I think Packers definitely win, but I think it's actually a closer game than most anticipate. I think Trubisky does a lot with his feet, and I think the Bears end up losing by about a touchdown, but less than 10 points, so they cover the difference. And then Seahawks, Eagles Monday night. Seahawks 5.5 point favorites in Philly. I'm taking Seattle all the way. They played really well. They had a few extra days because they played on a Thursday. We'll see what the weather looks like. It says some rain here. Maybe that'll affect it. But I think Seahawks get a big road victory. And as far as their chances of winning division, they pretty much have to win games like this. So I think Russ comes out strong. We'll see if Carson's back, but I'm taking Seattle here. And then the potential Tuesday game, which honestly I don't even think is going to happen. Ravens-Steelers. There's no spread. There's no odds on this. But to me, regardless of what it is, you got to bet on the Steelers here. I haven't gone against them all season, and they've proven me right. One of the few teams that I've been totally 100% on. I had them win the division. We'll see how far they can go playoff-wise, but I think they win this game, especially with all that's going on in Baltimore, if it's even played. I don't think it's going to be, but if it is played and you're able to get some bets in, take whatever the Steelers' odds are. Probably going to be around 3-5. I'm taking Steelers all the way here, though. Guys, I always appreciate you. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Throw a comment. Make sure to subscribe. Like the video. Tell me what you agree with, what you don't agree with. And I'll see you guys very soon. Enjoy your weekend.